The first time I met her, we had been kind of chit-chatting for a day or two, and I was meeting her at a restaurant here in San Clemente, and I got there a little bit early, of course. You got to make sure it goes right, so to get a table and all that. And then she couldn't find me, so I remember I walked out to get her, and her back was towards me, and then she turned around, and I probably fell in love with her right then, I think.
When I was a little girl, my father used to take my sisters and I hiking in the woods, and we did that every weekend. And so I developed a love of being in nature. When I can't get outdoors and really exercise, my creativity drops, and that's scary for me because everything in my life is about being creative. My job is very important, and it is a very high stress job. I don't have the luxury of having downtime. I have to have high energy.
Prior to having hormone replacement therapy, I just didn't have the same energy level that I used to have. Getting up in the morning was just more of a kind of a chore. My recovery from workouts, I wasn't bouncing back as quickly. Like, wow, for the first time I feel like I'm getting old.
Menopause creeps up on you. The hot flashes at night caused me to not be able to sleep. There were days that I just didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go to work. And when I couldn't think, when I got this fog, that was scary. I'm like, if this happens and this stays this way, I'm not going to be able to keep my job.
People are fatigued and they wake up the next day and they have not had a good night's sleep. Studies show that people will crave sugar and caffeine. They can start to also feel poor memory because memory gets restored quite a bit in the middle of the night. Well, if you're not sleeping well, growth hormone doesn't kick in, and growth hormone helps our body recover and repair from injuries, helps keep belly fat away, helps our skin elasticity. So people start to have like a kind of a global aging, I would say. When we start hormone therapy, we are really trying to, obviously reverse the clock would be great, and that does happen sometimes, but at the very least, we want to really slow down or stop the clock. The hormones are really going to support the tissues and prevent bone loss, osteoporosis, heart disease, dementia. Those are all consequences. What happens also is as we lose testosterone, we start to lose muscle mass. We lose our bone health from that as well. Progesterone relaxes our brain and puts us into a deeper sleep. All those things are really important for maintaining our tissues in our body. So hormone replacement therapy isn't just about looking great. It's also about stopping these disease processes that get more common as we get older. So some people think it's just a vanity thing, and it's really not.
Dr. Garcia is awesome. I mean, she went over all the test results with me, one-on-one, explaining all the results. She really cared about the treatment that I was, embarking on. It was honestly just the best doctor visit I'd ever had.
You feel very comfortable with her. I mean, you're talking about some pretty intimate things. I mean, you talk about your sexuality, and I feel completely at ease with her about these things that you don't normally talk about.
When my patients come in with different symptoms and they're feeling a certain way, when I see them the next visit, I want to see a change. It's very important for me to get this patient on the right path as soon as possible. I love it when I bring a patient into a room and they say, wow, I feel so much better.
The first thing that I noticed was just that my stress level had gone to zero, like from quite a bit of stress to just nothing. I mean, it was remarkable.
Being able to sleep a solid night, not having to fight with the covers.
When I started seeing results from the way that I was eating and the small amount of working out that I was doing, it really just changed my life. So now the alarm goes off and I get right out of bed, my feet hit the floor, and I'm out the door and ready to go, ready to take on the day.
There's a lot of multitasking that goes on in my job. So your brain is having to switch gears continually. And they just kind of look at me and they just wonder, like, how does she do it all? I can do my job, I do it well, I feel good about myself, I'm back to dating.
I mean, to be 47 and feel like I'm 25 again, it feels like you found the fountain of youth.
At the end of the day, they have to choose what they're going to eat and how many hours of sleep they're going to get or how many times a week they're going to go to the gym. So I take credit, but I certainly don't take all the credit because most of it does come from them. They don't realize it. I just gave them a nudge and helped them out. The real work is when they leave the office. I just gave them the direction to go.
It's wonderful to be this age and be able to say, I feel great.